everyone should be making short films as much as possible.
Okay. Yash Virwani, for
Yash
how long
Virwani.
do your characters stay with you, or are you detached from them as soon as you deliver?
So, yeah, the movie, I don't know whether it's the character, but it's the character of the movie that stays with you for a while. You don't realize it, it takes a while to go away. And some of it remains forever. It's like I feel that you never really break up, you never um, get rid of the characters of a movie too.
Okay. Parth Desai, you have explored mountains in your films. When can we see you exploring the sea?
Parth, that's a very good question, Parth. I have shot at many locations that are mountainous and not so much in the sea, strangely, I should. Yeah, perhaps very soon. I have shot in the sea. I mean, you've seen sea in my film in Corsica and in Goa in Jab Socha Na Tha. But perhaps there's scope for more.
Ashay Sao, you maybe
Ashay
understand
Sao.
the reference he's making.
Hmm.
I have heard you said that you are a secret service guy. Are you still pretending Gitanjali Express goes to Calcutta?
Gitanjali Express does go to Calcutta, by the way, Ashay. And I read this on the page, and I'm not. Oh, so am I pretending to be a secret service agent when I am going in Gitanjali? I think I do, unless people recognize me, then it's very silly me trying to say that I am a secret service agent and they feel that this guy is a director and I've seen him. So I don't do that now, I don't take the chance.
There is Nimisha Meral. There is one common theme through all your movies which I see as running away from something or the other. More obvious in Socha Na Tha and Jab We Met, and slightly obtuse in Rockstar and Tamasha. Why so?
What's the name of the?
Nimisha.
Nimisha. Running away from, I think everybody if would be running away from something, and yeah, I don't know. I've not really. I can't think of an answer for that right now. But I feel that you have fears, that you're running away from, and that is how you reach somewhere, or that's you have fears and insecurities that you want to better, that you want to go away from. I guess that could be that could be the reason. Ask more tamasha-oriented questions.
Prashant, sir, what is your process of writing dialogues for your movies?
Prashant, there's the process is that I write dialogue, imagining those people actually talking, actually saying it, and the only question I ask myself is, would this guy say that, or would he know such great Hindi or English to say it so profoundly and so articulately, or not? So that's the process. I mean, it's a character thing. For instance, I felt that Janardhan Jakhar, cannot be an articulate person. He has to say things which are not very sublime or clear cut or intelligent. So all his dialogue is dumb.
Vishal Modi, can you please explain the last scene of
Vishal Modi.
Tamasha after the end credits where Ved tells Tara, मुझे यकीन हो गया है कि तेजा का सोना तेरे पास है.
Ved is trying to tell Tara in the last scene of Tamasha that I understand your value now. तेजा का सोना तेरे पास है. Starting से वो लोग तेजा के सोने की बात कर रहे थे.
Balaji Suman, will you
Balaji Suman.
venture into web series?
Well, web series is a very interesting idea for me because there are some stories that I have which have been with me for a long time, which are somehow a little longer or episodic, and so web series becomes a very good place to dock them. How much time I will have is the question, and whether somebody would be interested to make a web series with me is the other question. If these two questions are answered to the positive, you'll find me making web series.
Akash Lapasya.
Akash Lapasya.
What do you expect from your actors and how do you brief them?
I expect honesty, truthfulness from the actor, and I just tell them the story, and depending on what the actor might need more than that, I try to help in that way. Try to tell him a few things that empowers him to do the scene by getting closer to the emotion of the scene. So I just guide the actor to get closer to the feeling of the scene.
Yashika Jetli, as we all know that the
Yashika
movie was
Jetli.
earlier named The Window Seat,
Yeah.
what made you feel the need to change it to Tamasha?
Window Seat was never going to be the title of the movie Tamasha anyway. But it was. Tamasha is, I guess, a very accurate and an apt title for the movie because it is about Tamasha that happens in life. So I would never keep it. I would never keep the name Window Seat anyway.
Okay. Akanksha Pandey,
Akanksha
have you
Pandey.
ever had thoughts that have been difficult to portray on paper or on screen?
There are so many thoughts that are difficult to portray on paper or even on screen. And I have understood that just because a thought is suitable to be portrayed on a certain medium doesn't make that the better thought. Sometimes a thought that is difficult to portray in cinema becomes a more interesting sequence or a scene, or sometimes even a more interesting film. So I'm happy that you asked that question, and I feel that I encourage myself not to get discouraged if the suitability of the idea to that medium is not so good.
Divyesh wants to know, how do you sum up
Divyesh.
every movie of yours in a single line, like in Tamasha, दिल में हीर लिए और हीर को खोजने
खोजे
वीराने.
वीराने में. I don't know whether I'm able to summarize a film of mine in a certain line, but if you feel that, for instance, Tamasha summarizes in Dil mein heer liye, heer dhoonde veerane mein, then maybe that is how your point of view is. That's from your point of view, that's the film, and that's how you accept it. Maybe somebody else looks at it in a different way to say that दिखता रेत है लगता रेत क्या दिखता रेत है होता पानी में, something like that. So maybe that will be how somebody else looks at Tamasha. So it's your point of view. I don't know what my point of view sometimes is more vast because I'm making the entire movie and there are so many thoughts. Sometimes it does not encapsulate in one line for me.
Devyan Sinha, was the shoot at Hosca Social in Delhi guerrilla filmmaking in Tamasha?
Devyan.
Devyan.
Guerrilla warfare, guerrilla movie making. In Hoskhas, no, it wasn't. It was pretty organized. Guerrilla style of movie making is usually if you land up without intimation or permission at a place and shoot as long as you can and involve the real people, and usually you don't have permission for that. But no, our shooting in Hoskhas was not like that for Tamasha at all. And we had the permission. Aditi Dalvi.
Yeah. What were Tara's own ambitions? Why did she choose to carry forward her dad's business? What were her own dreams?
It is not necessary for us to always obstruct the way of our parents' ambitions or their businesses or their ideas. Sometimes we fall in line. So Tara was that lucky person who did not have a problem. In fact, her ambition matched her upbringing and it matched the legacy of her father, and she just wanted to continue with that. So that's how it was. It was for her. She didn't want to break the norm. That was not a fight at all. Avijit Singh.
Have you observed any engineer as way to write for Tamasha?
No, there was no particular. Well, in a way, lots of my friends are engineers. Most of my close friends from school all of them are engineers actually. I was destined to be one as well. So maybe it comes from somewhere there, but I've not observed a particular engineer and written the story like that.
Okay. Amit Kumar, sir, I'm totally taken away by your
Amit Kumar.
Did you experience any similar problem in society which you showed?
What problems was this? In Tamasha?
No. in highway?
Well, in highway, yeah, I have not personally encountered sexual abuse in the same way as in the movie Highway, but I know of cases, and unfortunately too many of them, and that's what I try to bring to light. Yeah, I've also done a series called Purushetra, which was a talk show, and we had the opportunity to meet a lot of people who were victims of cases like sexual abuse. Yeah, Nikita. And so I know many cases like that, but I have fortunately have not been a victim of it.
Tusharika Nagar.
Tusharika Nagar.
In Tamasha, Ved has a gorgeous muse, Tara. Do you think every great artist needs a muse, or does
Well,
Imtiaz Ali also have a muse?
It is said that every great artist needs a muse. And I don't know whether that's true, but too many people that I admire in literature have said that, so I cannot even say that it's not true. Whether I don't have a physical muse, like in somebody's body, like this beautiful, charming girl, that kind of thing. Part of the muse is in imagination sometimes, I think. I don't know the answer to that question really. Figure out and tell you.
Ilke Dogan.
Ilke Dogan.
What's your favorite dialogue from Tamasha?
One of the few things that I like in the dialogues of Tamasha, I'll tell you which ones I remember. I like when they say, when he says "Andar kya hai," that's a good one. And no, actually, I feel the most significant and the most interesting to me dialogue is किससे डरता है? अपनी कहानी मुझसे पूछ रहा है, कायर. So that word kair is very interesting for me in this context. That you're a coward if you're asking me your story. I like that what the storyteller tells Ved at that point. You tell me yours. तू बता तेरी, बोल अपनी कहानी. तू बोल क्या होता है आगे. क्या है तेरे दिल के अंदर, चाहता क्या है तू? Because what you have in your heart and what you really want is ultimately what your story becomes.
Amit Sharma, is Tamasha your own life story?
Tamasha is not my own life story, Amit Sharma.
Abhishek Jat.
Abhishek Jat.
So you always use old folk songs as a new version in all your movies. What is the reason behind it? Are you closely attached to those songs?
I like folk songs, but I don't think that I've used many of them directly in my movies, except for in Highway. There were some nice folk songs that I could get the opportunity to use, and also in Tamasha, but that's the Corsica song, that's a folk song there. In the rest of the movies, I don't think there have been real folk songs that have come in. Maybe we have composed some songs in folk style, like Hava Hava in Rockstar.
Okay. Afraz Ahmed. End scene of Tamasha where Randeep on stage bows to Deepika.
Yeah.
Was that inspired by the actual scene when Randeep bowed to you after Nadan Karinde during Rockstar?
I'm not. Ranbir doesn't find me as attractive as he finds Deepika, I think, or at least as much as Ved finds Tara. So, no, I don't think it was. But it's a very interesting thought because I saw recently, during the end of the shooting of Rockstar, we all got very emotional and like we just like. But no, it's the end scene of Tamasha is not really taken from there. It was a different thought.
Vara Raturi. The way Ved reacts sometimes, bursting out into an aggressive person,
Yeah.
is that a sign of split personality or just halat making him frustrated?
Halat making you frustrated. I desist from the Western medical labels as far as psychiatry and psychology is concerned. I usually try to avoid using terms like schizophrenic, etc. because I feel that sometimes we generalize somebody's condition, and but yeah, I do feel that there is halat making Ved so caustic that he cannot control, and his behavior starts to fluctuate.
Akash, if you could change something in Tamasha, what would it be?
Akash, I think I would change the ending. I would make the ending where they don't end up together, but she still remains the muse.
Ashutosh Srivastava, why
Ashutosh
does Tara
Srivastava.
go back to Ved?
Yeah, so Tara goes back to Ved because she loves him, she wants to be with him, and he's been unfair to her. And in life, I hope that she finds an opportunity of being equally unfair to him, and so that he feels more comfortable and not so obliged to her all the time.
Maureen Parmar,
Maureen
do
Parmar.
you chat in front of the mirror like Ved did?
Well, I have to stop myself from chatting in front of the mirror like Ved did, and but I do understand that there is some sort of something attracts you to do so. Yeah, but it's a very good observation. I little bit do. I try to stop myself, but I do little bit.
Ruchi Chauhan, most
Ruchi
of the
Chauhan.
characters have a hidden side that only one person can see. Is
Yeah.
that what you are too?
Yeah, I do feel that there is a hidden fight usually that goes on in people, inevitably, and not everyone can see that. Maybe one or two people see that. Maybe that's how it comes into my movies.
Harshdeep Singh,
Harshdeep Singh.
I left my job after watching Tamasha because ironically it was my story. I'm pursuing filmmaking now. Just want to say thank you.
Thank you. All the best. I hope that you achieve success and push yourself really hard, because if you do, then you will reach where you have to. All the best.
Priya Asrani, why did you choose Randeep Kapoor for Tamasha?
Priya Asrani, Randeep Kapoor is the actor that was most suited and perhaps the best we have anyways. I chose him. I was lucky that he did it.
Amay Rajkumar, Arif Ali is credited for the concept of the story. What was his input
Well,
and his contribution?
Arif Ali is my brother. What he'd done is that he had told me a story long time back. It's interesting that we should be talking about this. Who's asked me this question?
Amay Rajkumar.
Amay Rajkumar. Interesting. Very well done. Let me make this an opportunity of telling everybody that Arif, many years back, had told me a story where two people meet in some place, and that then they meet much later, and then it was basically a romantic story, but I always saw something greater in that, and I've always encouraged him to make that story. So, but for some reason, years later, he hadn't really made that one. So I said that, okay, so you give me this idea of two people meeting in a strange place and then meeting again later somewhere else. And with that, I developed the story of Tamasha. So that's the reason why Arif's name goes into the credit of story. I didn't know how to give him credit for this, so it kind of goes in story idea or story concept or something on that side.
Jyoti Vishnani.
Jyoti Vishnani.
Yeah. Do you think when people are in difficult situations like Ved was, they should go for professional help?
I think Jyoti is a girl who was in Tech Mahindra, and she has now left it, and she has gone into the culinary world. So if you are the same person, congratulations and all the best. And yes, whenever you feel like you should go for for professional help, where anybody feels that they are pressured or they feel that they are behaving a little strangely, they should go for medical help, and it will ease them out. At least it will be an admission of the fact that they're trying to make themselves better.
Yash Sharma,
Yash Sharma.
Why did you end Tamasha like it ended, even though you had a better alternative plan?
I don't know. At that point of time, the way I ended it was seemed like the better idea, so I did. Or maybe I felt that it would be a bit too much like Rockstar, that it also ends up tragically in the same way. Perhaps, I don't know. I'm not so sure.
Akash Lapsia,
Akash Lapse.
where did the inspiration for Ved's feelings come while you were writing the film?
Well, in the you see it in the air. You feel as someone put it, the Ved syndrome around you, a little bit inside you, but also around you a lot. And so that's how I wrote about his feelings.
Uh, Prabhat, sir,
Prabhat.
what book or movie has changed your life?
Well, no book or movie has changed my life. I wish I come by a movie that changes my life. It would be very refreshing to live another life. But lots of movies and books have influenced me a lot. And Catch 22 we were talking about. Um, Catcher in the Rye is one of them. A lot of the old Shakespearean plays, of course. A lot of Shakespeare's work has really been a big influence on me, I think. And the movies of people like Bimal Roy, Shyam Benegal, and some foreign directors have influenced me a lot. I like the movies of almost contemporary Peter Weir, Miloš Forman, Emil Kusturica. So these are filmmakers that I really admire. And I'm very influenced by their movies. Then also there are some stray movies and books by people who are not very prolific, but that particular piece of work has really influenced me a lot. Like there's a movie which is Chechnyan, which is called The Prisoner of the Mountain, which I personally like a lot for some reason. And Cinema Paradiso, which in a way also reminds me of my childhood. So movies like that have influenced me a lot.
Anand Bajpai.
Anand Bajpai.
When you say Tamasha is your least worst movie,
Yes.
do you mean it is least of your own favorite work?
No, when I say that Tamasha is my least worst movie, it means that it is another way of saying that it's my best. But I didn't want to say that Tamasha is my best movie. I wanted to phrase it differently. So I said that it was the least worst movie of mine.
Swara Vaishnav.
Swara Vaishnav.
There is a lot of calmness and sense of peace in the Corsica part of Tamasha. Is it because Ved is very happy being someone he is not expected to be by the society?
Exactly. Ved is very happy being whoever he wants to be. And that's why there's a sense of peace in the Corsica part of the film.
Balaji Sumant, how
Balaji
much did
Sumant.
your experience in Ibtida, the Hindu college, help you in filmmaking?
Well, my experience in Ibtida, Balaji, was very helpful because that's when I got on out of my city, and that's where I got the chance to direct plays and talk directly to an audience that I didn't know, go in a semi-professional way and perform in theatres, ticket those shows, and tell my stories to different people. So that's what I still do. So Ibtida and that experience of directing for Ibtida in Hindu College, Delhi University has really helped me.
Anurag Asoka.
Anurag
In
Asoka.
Tamasha, Randeep was shown acting like Majnu in second half near
Yes.
climax, where he was seen jumping around. What was the reason? Was this regarding his love for Tara, or was it his passion, desperation for telling story?
No, the thing is that there is something that drives you out of the regular human experience in a society, and that I feel is the Majnu syndrome. You know, where the object of affection itself is not needed anymore. When you are so irregular, you're like the clown that we were talking about earlier, that you are an irregularity because you break free from the regular existence, from what is expected. So Majnu, reaching the stage of Majnu for me is almost like transcending to a higher plane, which is why Ranveer's character, that is Ved, is seen towards the end of the movie being Majnu.
Yashwant Bhargava.
Yashwant Bhargav.
Do you think Tamasha ending is possible in real life scenarios?
Well, it is definitely possible, but the only thing is that an ending is not possible in real life scenarios because there's always something more.
Okay. Jyoti, in most of your movies, your lead characters
Jyoti.
have deja vu moment. Is it
Yes.
inspired or have you experienced the same sometimes?
Everybody experiences deja vu moments as though this has happened, and I have experienced this moment a lot where I feel that this is not real, you know. And I think that is also a motive in my movies, where you feel a sense of, is this really happening, or is this am I a part of a tamasha? So that happens to me.
A lot of people have thanked you for your movies and how Tamasha has changed their perspective.
Well, I must say that Tamasha is an important movie for me. It's difficult for me to own up to that, but I feel that Tamasha is a very important movie, and I thank everybody who likes it, because I feel that there is something that is very personal to me that is in this film. It's not only, I think, what I do in my life or the people I meet, and a representation of that is still superficial, but something that is very internal, and that's something that I feel it almost characterizes me, and something that has been there in me from childhood is in Tamasha. So the movie will always be very precious to me, and I feel that there is a lot that has gone into Tamasha. There's a lot of layer, there is a lot of rich texture that has been placed in the way the dialogue is, or the way, and I'm not just saying this to praise myself, but I feel that to me personally there are a lot of things that are precious in Tamasha, personal also in Tamasha. So I feel a sense of connection with those people that like it. And I don't mean it like a director to a fan kind of thing. I mean it like to people who might be a little bit more similar. So all those people who are thanking me, I'd like to thank them back, and to say that perhaps it's not possible for me to engage in a long conversation, or for you to engage in a long conversation with me personally, each one. But then I'm ever obliged. I'm one of you, I feel. And thank you very much.
Okay. We'll take two more questions.
Two more questions, because then there will be time to go. Yeah.
The two most beautiful scenes in the film are Ved and Tara's cafe crying scene and Ved confronting his
Who
father.
asks?
Asim Parekh.
Asim Parekh.
Tell us the soul of either of those two scenes, or both.
I'll tell you the source. I think the more interesting or unusual scene for me out of the two that you point out is the one where Ved talks to his dad finally. You know, I feel that much as we might dislike our parents at some point of time in our lives, we can never hate them as objectively as we can hate other people who don't matter, because we are a part and we see ourselves in our parents. We hate that at some age, but we cannot be so cut and dry with them. So there's always going to be a certain sense of respect, a certain sense of awe that a kid feels for the father, even if he is opposed to this father, which is what makes this relationship very dramatic. So Ved, when he has to confront his father and speak against him, does so with a lot of respect. I like that in Ved, because he goes and but he really gives it back to his father as well. He really tells him and hits him at a place that it would affect him by telling him a story, because his father has always been saying to him that सपनों की दुनिया से बाहर निकलो, कहानियों में जो होता है वो जिंदगी में नहीं होता, तुम्हें क्या करना है, पेड़ के नीचे बैठ के कहानियां सुनाओगे 10 घंटे प्रति घंटे के हिसाब से, and so on and so forth. So he says, let me tell you a story, because story is almost a bad word in the family as far as Ved is concerned. And he tells the story of this robo and this joker, which is to say that this is my strength, Dad. Do you realize it? Like, you sitting over there completely being opposed to all my ideas have melted and have started crying when I told you a story. That's how good I am. So instead of saying all that, he just tells him a story. And I thought it was a very good way of expressing not only the fact of the meaning that he was trying to communicate, that a person should be playing to his strengths rather than his weaknesses, but also proving within that I'm such a damn good storyteller and this is what I should do in my life. Which gives his father the confidence that this guy can really do it. If he can make my heart melt, he can really succeed as a storyteller. Thanks for asking that question.
Okay. Numerous comments about your next venture.
Numerous comments about my next venture.
Anticipating it.
It's not going to...
anything at all.
What I can say is that, as I always say, that it's completely confidential. I cannot say who's acting in this film. I cannot say who's directing this film. But I can say that it's not going to be called The Ring. So I think a lot of people are scared about the fact that why have they called it The Ring? Is it a horror film? Is it a remake of a Japanese horror flick? No, it's not going to be called The Ring. Just like how Tamasha is not called Window Seat and Jab We Met is not called Train and Love Aajkal is not called Elastic. This particular film is also not going to be called The Ring. We will have a name soon, as soon as we can think of one. Thank you, bye bye. I hope you didn't have a bad time. Like I said, that Tamasha is my least worst film. I hope you did not have an exceedingly what? I hope you did not have your. I hope you had the worst miserable time talking to me. Thank you very much.